Good evening viewers, welcome to Power Sector News. Today's headlines: India Radigo renewable projects of worth 6 lakh crore rupees. IEEFA foresees RE investor benefit in future markets electricity sale. EESL and Mekon ties up to support energy efficiency in steel and mining industry. EV skill demand versus India's course curriculum. Tangentco's peak demand met by wind energy. Coming to the details, Ernst and Young and the Federation of India Chambers of Commerce and Industry have released a report with their key identifications of post-pandemic economic recovery through renewable energy projects in pipeline of 6 lakh crore rupees, which can also support 15 lakh fresh jobs. According to the report, 332 utility scale renewable projects of 84 gigawatt, 166 solar rooftop of 18 gigawatt, 44 decentralized solar projects under PM Kusum of 14.5 gigawatt and 12 renewable energy equipment manufacturing projects are in pipeline to boost economic recovery and self-reliance without reversing the trends of emissions and air pollution related shocks in the post-COVID economic recovery era. Institute of Energy Economics and Financial Analysis believes that the introduction of derivatives to India's short-term power market will make it easier for renewable project developers to enter into offtake arrangements with state-owned distribution companies, as the launch of new financial instruments will enable developers to hedge their offtaker risk without signing long-term contracts with the DISCOMs for the financial closure of the projects. Under the proposed structure, physical delivery of the electricity will be separated from financial settlement. Long-term contracts in the physical market will be traded on power exchanges under jurisdiction of CERC, while in the financial market contracts are said to be traded on commodity exchanges regulated by SEBI. The salient features of IEEFA proposal is the sale of power in the future markets will provide flexibility and certainty of supply for the both DISCOMs and the developers. It will also help develop the price signal needed to incentivize supply into the peak demand periods, which is the key to enabling better battery deployments and demand response management. Financial products such as futures, options and swaps don't require physical delivery of electricity, so this opens up to a market to the hedgers, speculators and other participants who can add liquidity without owning electricity assets. The financial market will increase trade volumes and will be lucrative for players including developers, DISCOMs, open access buyers, traders, investors in the power sector and others who also have the ability to take on the risk. It will also enable the sale of hybrid products with an increased share of renewable energy in the total generation mix. Multiple products including wind, solar and biogas along with battery storage are likely to see more demand. Energy Efficient Services Limited, a joint venture under administration of Ministry of Power, have signed a memorandum of understanding with Mekon Limited, a public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Steel, to collaboratively work towards implementation of various energy efficiency and resources conservation measures in the steel sector and associated mining industry. Through this partnership, EESL and Mekon aim to jointly address solutions such as retrofitting LED lights, deployment of energy efficient motors in place of conventional motors, and EV transportation with necessary charging infrastructure in the steel industry. Both the entities will also collaboratively work towards implementation of clean energy initiatives and retrofits along with products like super efficient AC systems, technology to improve indoor air quality, safety and efficiency in the buildings facilities across the various sectors in the including steel industries. Though electric vehicles are making headlines for the few years, the focus is on research, innovation and attractive investments. There should be an equal importance to be given to create a highly skilled talent pool of EV industry workers and allied professionals. Not having adequate skilled professionals before electric vehicles take to the roads in large numbers would be like placing the cart before the horse. Although the automotive sector has sizable pool of talent, this personnel lack the niche skills for working in the EV segment. As a result, EV manufacturers may be constrained to hire from spheres such as software, aerospace, and consumer electronics, where personnel are concerned with the role of connectivity and artificial intelligence enabled technology in the workings of machines. Consequently, engineers with cross-sectional knowledge in the spheres of mechanical engineering, electricals, and electronics are imperative to service the sunrise sector. The current engineering and tech courses are not aligned in the offering industry-ready EV skills. However, the shift towards EV-centric courses calls for close collaboration between academia and industry to drive a faster transition towards e-mobility. Fortunately, some industry stakeholders are already offering relevant EV-aligned courses and skilling programs. For instance, the Automotive Skills Development Council has launched its Electric Mobility Non-degree program. Autobet Academy has introduced a new EV program, EV Engineering, Architecture and Components, in collaboration with MG Motor and ASDC. In promoting Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India, hardware manufacturing must be supported ably by software skills, including those for e-mobility. The center and state players could take the lead in introducing courses on battery design, battery management system, development of charging stations, energy storage and management, electric motors and such like. Besides boosting domestic manufacturing, this will augment employment generation, which is the need of the hour. Easing of the restrictions in Tamil Nadu led to increased power demand. The Tangentco also made full use of the windmills as it contributed 4061 megawatt to the peak demand of 13,352 megawatt. The daily energy consumption stood at 312 million units, with wind energy accounting for 89 million units. Taking into account the solar energy generation of 21 million units, the renewable energy sources contributed one-third of the daily energy requirement. Wind Power Association has requested Tangentco to use the excess energy from wind sources to pump water in the pump storage hydro plants, and the coal plants can plan their maintenance in this peak wind season to avoid wind power curtailment, as the energy generated once lost is lost forever. Additional headlines today. Maldives issues tender for 40 megawatt hour of battery energy storage systems. FAME scheme to be granted 2-year extension. Bump up in incentives for electric two-wheelers likely. Coal India Limited buyers are now allowed to export coal bought through e-auctions. Price discovery at power exchanges. National Load Dispatch Center has scheduled 120.62 million units of power for tomorrow, cleared through Indian Energy Exchange. Coming to the price discovery details, price discovered during night, 2 rupees 47 paisa per unit. Price discovering during day, 1 rupee 22 paisa. Price discovering during evening, 2 rupees 54 paisa per unit. Price discovering round the clock, 2 rupees 4 paisa per unit. Weighted average price is 2 rupees 20 paisa per unit. There is no congestion for power transfer in the network, and the prices are uniform in all the regions. Thank you and good day.